Most people think narcissism is the same, no matter who it comes from. But the truth is, female narcissists play the game differently, and that makes them even more dangerous. They don't usually explode with anger the way men do. Instead, they use subtle tactics: guilt, silence, charm, and emotional leverage. Weapons that are harder to see and even harder to fight against. What makes it worse is how easily they hide behind stereotypes of being emotional or caring, which gives them cover while they manipulate you in ways that leave no obvious scars. That's why so many people don't realize what's happening until the damage is already done. Before we break this down, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the truth about narcissistic abuse and recovery. And let me ask you, do you think female narcissists are truly more dangerous or just better at hiding it? Female narcissists hide behind stereotypes. What makes female narcissists so dangerous is how easily they hide in plain sight. Society often sees women as naturally nurturing, sensitive, or selfless, and a female narcissist uses that to her advantage. While a male narcissist might be obvious in his arrogance, a female narcissist cloaks her manipulation under the image of being caring or emotional. That mask makes it harder for people to believe you when you speak up. Friends, family, or even professionals may dismiss your concerns with lines like, "She's just stressed," or "You must have misunderstood her." This denial from others isolates you even further, leaving you trapped in a cycle of gaslighting where her behavior is constantly excused. That's why her danger isn't always in what she does openly, it's in how effectively she convinces everyone else that she could never do it at all. Their manipulation is more subtle. A male narcissist often controls through intimidation, dominance, or open arrogance. With a female narcissist, the control is quieter and far more subtle. Instead of shouting, she'll use passive-aggressive comments. Instead of direct confrontation, she'll use silence, guilt, or emotional withdrawal. This subtlety makes her harder to expose because there's rarely an obvious scene to point to. You end up second-guessing yourself, wondering if you're imagining things, while she steadily pulls the strings in the background. This form of manipulation is dangerous because it's invisible to outsiders but deeply corrosive to the person experiencing it. By the time you realize what's happening, you've already adjusted your behavior around her moods and reactions, which is exactly how she keeps control. They weaponize vulnerability. A female narcissist often uses her emotions as a tool, and that makes her harder to challenge. Tears, sadness, or even appearing fragile can flip the situation instantly, making you look like the villain for questioning her behavior. Instead of being called out for manipulation, she gains sympathy from you and from others around her. This tactic is especially dangerous because it disarms you. You hesitate to hold her accountable because you don't want to seem cold or cruel, and outsiders often rush to defend her sensitivity. What looks like weakness on the surface is really a shield that protects her from exposure. This ability to weaponize vulnerability creates a trap where she controls the narrative while you're left carrying the blame and guilt. It's one of the reasons her manipulation cuts deeper, because it hides under the cover of innocence. They attack relationships indirectly. Unlike many male narcissists who go after you head-on, female narcissists often target the relationships around you. They can plant seeds of doubt with your friends, twist stories with your family, or quietly damage your reputation in subtle ways. What makes this tactic so dangerous is that it's rarely obvious. It's done through whispers, half-truths, or carefully chosen omissions. By the time you realize what's happening, the people you thought you could rely on are already questioning you. This isolates you, leaving her as the only ally in your life, which increases her control. It's psychological warfare carried out in the shadows. She doesn't just manipulate you, she manipulates the world around you to make you easier to control. They exploit social perception. One of the most dangerous advantages female narcissists have is how society perceives them. When a man shows controlling or manipulative behavior, people are quicker to call it out. But when a woman does the same, it's often dismissed as mood swings, stress, or simply being emotional. This double standard gives her far more room to operate without being questioned. She can create chaos, undermine you, or twist narratives, all while maintaining an image of being misunderstood or overly sensitive. That protection from social perception makes it much harder for her victims to get support, because outsiders rarely believe the story when it doesn't match the stereotype. This invisibility is what allows her manipulation to last longer, cut deeper, and cause more lasting damage. They use relationships as weapons. A female narcissist knows how to twist the dynamics of closeness and intimacy to her advantage. She might give you warmth and affection when she wants compliance, only to withdraw it the moment you resist. That push and pull keeps you hooked, always trying to get back to the good side of her attention. She can also use secrets you've shared or vulnerabilities you've revealed as tools to control or shame you later. Unlike male narcissists who often use brute force or dominance, female narcissists weaponize emotional bonds. That makes the damage feel personal and piercing, because it's not just your trust being broken, it's being turned against you. This tactic is especially destructive because it convinces you that the very connection you thought was safe is the thing keeping you trapped. They master the art of triangulation. A female narcissist often pulls others into the dynamic to keep control over you. She may bring up an ex, compare you to a friend, or involve family members in conflicts to create tension and insecurity. This triangulation keeps you competing for her approval while also isolating you from trusting your own perspective. It's not just manipulation, it's a strategy that destabilizes your confidence and makes her seem like the only source of validation. And what makes this especially dangerous is that it spreads the conflict beyond just the two of you. Suddenly there are outside voices, comparisons, and judgments working against you, all orchestrated by her. This tactic ensures you're always on uneven ground, constantly seeking balance in a game where she's the one moving the pieces. They leave scars that are harder to see. The most dangerous part about a female narcissist isn't just what she does, it's the aftermath she leaves behind. Because her tactics are subtle and often invisible to outsiders, you end up questioning your own reality long after the relationship ends. The wounds she creates aren't physical or loud, they're emotional, hidden, and deeply internal. You might find yourself doubting your judgment, distrusting future partners, or carrying guilt that never belonged to you. This is what makes her more dangerous than many male narcissists. The scars are harder for others to notice, which makes them harder for you to heal. And yet, recognizing the pattern is the first step to breaking it, because once you see her methods clearly, you take away the very invisibility that gives her power. Dealing with a female narcissist leaves marks that most people will never see, but you feel them every single day. Her tactics may be quiet, but the damage runs deep and the recovery takes real strength. The important thing to remember is this: you're not crazy, and you're not weak. The patterns you experienced were real, and recognizing them is the first step to taking your power back. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more breakdowns of narcissistic abuse and healing, so you can rebuild with clarity instead of confusion. And let me ask you, do you believe female narcissists are more dangerous than male narcissists, or just harder to expose?